Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel today, bringing you guys another amazing athlete transformation, bringing it to you guys today by Trey Silva. Me and Trey have been training together for the past coming into 4 months here right now. And I mean, he's done exceptionally well within the program. He came in kind of like struggling on an 84, 85, his mid-range on the 80s. And, towards the end, he was able to pop up a 90 here. So without further ado, I'm not going to steal the spotlight away from him. So Trey, you can tell a little bit about yourself to the viewers.
What's up, guys? My name is Trey Silva. As Anthony said, I go to Menlo College, and a little bit about me. I was struggling a little bit coming off winter break, coming in for the spring in the first couple of scrimmages, and I was like, my velocity was down quite a bit compared to the fall. I was feeling really tight and like not mobile and everything, and then I saw him pop up on Instagram and saw what he could do, went through all of his testimonials before. And I was like, all right, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. So then I decided to reach out to him, get on a call. And then, yeah, everything from there kind of happened.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I always think it's interesting how we always like kind of come about from the internet and then like all of a sudden training together. But if you can tell the viewers a little bit more as to like, where exactly were you when you first came in terms of like velocity wise? I know understanding how your body moves was kind of big for you. And then what did we do to get you out of those places, especially in season?
Yeah, so I was 83, 84, hitting 85, 86, which was way down from what I did in the fall. And I was just really like I wasn't mobile in my T-spine and my hips. They were really tight and I couldn't really get into a good position on the mound. So what me and Anthony talked about was getting more mobile in my T-spine and my hips and just using my hips better on the mound so I could put myself in a better position. And what he had me do was do mobility circuits, not like mobility, but like correctives for my movement patterns every day. I had to do them every single day, mainly at nighttime. That's when I would do them. And it got a lot better from there. Before I met Anthony, I couldn't even touch my toes. It's pretty crazy. And then now I can like grab my feet and stuff. So it's pretty crazy. And my hips are also a lot more mobile. And I just feel a lot better on the mound too.
Awesome. Yeah, dude, that was pretty wild. I remember like seeing your mobility screening and I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Barely like past the knees. Like it's wild. But no, dude, that's awesome. Obviously, dude, that's a huge unlock. And something very unique about it too is that we did this all in season. And for you specifically, because every single athlete is different, like some athletes come from schools where they have no coaching, no program. Some athletes come from other schools where they have coaching, but the coaches don't really care about what they do in the gym. Like they're kind of like all on their own. You were a different story where like you guys kind of had a culture and it's like, you came from the program. So, oftentimes, people think that, we're just going to give here's another program for like what to do. You got to throw 2 times a day, etc. How is that blending? How did we blend in with what you were doing already at school while us giving you what you were missing?
Yeah, no, it was really easy. You made it like very simple for me to follow. It wasn't just like, here another program, do this and you'll get better. It was more of like, what do you need? What does your body want to like get better for you to pitch, for you to throw harder and feel more better when you're throwing? So for the lifting part, we had me lifting an extra day a week compared to in-season lifts, which was just 2 times a week. I sent him the lifts that we do. He read them, organized them, and then he made another lift that would target the areas that were lacking in the lifts that I were doing during the week. And that was only 1 time a week. It was like 30, 45 minutes, nothing crazy. It was just like a lot of mobility lifts, just try to get your body moving a certain way, use muscles that you weren't normally using. And then for the throwing aspect, it was also really simple. My coach was really for me throwing on my own, basically, and doing my own type of programs. So he was really for that. And it was really simple. The first couple of weeks were a little bit longer and challenging because it was like I had to film all the plyo drills and everything like that. But after that, it was really simple. You just kind of like, you knew what your body wanted to do. You knew what drills were good. And then I would text him pretty much every single day of like, hey, this works, this doesn't. I would send him videos every day and he would respond in a couple hours with the time difference that we had. But like during the day, if it was like 12 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock his time, he would be responding like within 10 minutes. So that was also really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this was only possible done remotely, and I know like you've come from a different style of training where like it's in person, but it's kind of like, you get really good and then you go into the season and you kind of lose a little bit of that touch. So
Yeah.
what would you say kind of like how important was this remote training, throughout the season, through the ups and downs? Maybe you wanted to change something, but then you reached out to me and I'm like, yo, no, dude, this is it. Like, how valuable do you think that was to your season this year?
It was really important. Yeah. I don't think I would be in the position I was if I didn't like train with you. To be honest, I think I would have stuck at like 83, 84, maybe 85. Maybe I would have got up to 87 here or there, who knows. But no, because like I would have tried different things and they wouldn't have worked, and my mechanics would have just kept spiraling. My mental would have just kept spiraling. Also, it was good to have you to reach out to because you've been through baseball. You know what the hell you're doing, right? So it was good to have like that person there for me that I can like talk to and like guide me through things and watch my mechanics and stuff. And also, it was just really nice compared to not having anybody, obviously. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what would you say, how do we finish up the year? What were your velocity marks? What were your numbers like compared to last year? Like what were the improvements that we were able to cover down this season?
Yeah, as I said before in the fall, I was like 83, 84, 85, topping 86. Now I'm sitting 87, topping 88, 89. I hit like 290s in the spring. So that was also a really good plus. Finally hit 90. And also my body just feels a lot better. Like I can just go up there and throw without worrying about like getting hurt or anything. Like I just know my body's in like the best condition it can be in, so I can throw hard.
Absolutely. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm super pumped for you. What would you say though, like coming from, you've trained at different spots, you've had different coaches. What do you say, like after going through our program and seeing just kind of our structure and communication and what we can do for our athletes, what do you think is the biggest difference or what separates Versatile Athletics away from the rest of the industry, even those that you maybe see online?
It's like the motor preferences and the way my body naturally wants to move. I've never like had that before, and I realized that like, dang, like it helps a lot when you target the areas that you really need to work on. And like obviously you have to put in the work to do it. It's not just going to happen if you do it twice a week. I was in the gym at nighttime every single day after class at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, doing these correctives and doing arm care and all that stuff, taking extra time on mobility too, depending on what I needed for the day. But yeah, you just really got to do it. Like, yeah, you can miss a couple of days here and there. It's not really going to hurt you, but you have to grind for it like 6 days a week to be able to see results if you want to throw harder.
Yeah, dude, 1,000%. I mean, something that's like very important is your time management. So like how you're managing everything. I guess like, that's something that a lot of collegiate athletes struggle with. What is something that, or what type of advice would you kind of give, athletes in terms of time management? With just a lot of athletes out there that are like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, and it's like that one thing that's going to help them get better. But they're like, well, I'm taking engineering classes. I'm a two-way. I'm this, I'm that. Like, it's just a bunch of excuses from their side. Like, what do you suggest, or what type of advice do you have for athletes and kind of how to keep that time under their belt?
I would just say to plan out your schedule and what you have and what free time you have, so you're not like burnt out every single day. But I mean, if you want to put in the work, you're gonna find time, obviously. Like for me, I could have just wasted those 45 minutes on my bed scrolling on TikTok or watching TV. Instead, I was like, nah, I have time right now. So I'm gonna go do my correctives, mobility, and my arm care right now before I go to sleep. And yeah, I mean, some nights I didn't want to do it, of course, but I knew that was gonna pay off in the morning. So my body could feel good, and then in the end, so I could throw harder. So mainly just if you want it, you're gonna put in the time. You're gonna make time to do his correctives, your lifts, your arm care, all that type of stuff.
Love that. Love that. It was well said. What do you have to say to anyone that's watching on the fences? Maybe it's just an athlete in your shoes, and they're kind of like lost on the social media world, scrolling, and
Yeah,
seeing
no, there's a lot of stuff.
three swipes and this information, that information, and they're looking upon to join Versatile Athletics, but they just they don't know if we're really like that. They don't
Oh yeah,
know.
I was in the same boat at first. I was like, wait, is this guy actually legit? And then I hopped on a call with him, and he was very chill. really funny at first, and we got along pretty well at first, and then we started talking about it, and I realized like, yo, he actually knows what he's talking about. So then I was like, all right, yeah, sounds good. Like we'll see what we can do, and then it ended up working out. But as I said before, if you really want it, you're gonna put in the work, and he knows what he's doing. I've take it here first. He helped me get a lot better. Maybe he made me throw harder, made my body feel better. It's like the best I've ever felt for my body, like lifting weights and then throwing also. So he knows what he's doing. But yeah, if you want it, you're gonna want to put in the work, obviously.
Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. Any last words for anyone watching? Anyone watching, you yourself, future self, me, myself.
If you're on the fence right now and you're leaning towards doing it, just do it. You're going to get a lot better if you put in the work. You can't just do it 3 times a week, as I've said before. Just put in the work and you'll get better. Anthony will help you get better.
Hell yeah, man. No other way to say that better. But dude, awesome. Dude, I appreciate you hopping on this call. To go ahead and share your experiences with the audience watching right now. Like, dude, you're a beast. Like, obviously, you know, from the moment that I saw your mechanics, I was like, dude, we're going to have fun with you. And that's exactly what we did. No, you were in season. There were ups and downs, but we made sure that there were a lot more ups than downs. And you kept your head straight together, even when, you know, coaches kind of pulled you in and out and stuff. Is just like, yo, man, here's the vision. Here's what we need to do. Let's stay ready. Let's stay respectful. You know, keep everything right on side. And dude, it turned out well. You were one of the top guys coming out the pen. So obviously, you know, that speaks for itself, even upon the differences that you had this year compared to last year. It's night and day. So I'm excited for you, man. I mean, dude, I can't wait to see what else comes up for you here in the future. I mean, you're a 6'4" guy, so you have a shit ton of projection. And dude, sky's the limit for you, man. Seriously, I appreciate the hell out of you. Anyone watching this, you guys seen, you guys heard it. I know I talk too much, but you guys hear from real people. This is not AI.
That's not AI. This is real.
But yeah, for anyone watching on the fences, just trying to, you know, bring in your own excuses or like your own thoughts of like, are we even legit or not? Here you go. We have it. Trey Silva in season went from mid-80s to top in 90. While putting in the work, he wasn't giving himself any excuses whatsoever. He made time even right before going to bed, where a lot of athletes really slack on. So if you guys want to go ahead and do the same, book a call with us down below in the description, and we'll see if you guys are a good match. And if I can help, we'll be sure to walk you guys through what the strategies is like and what joining the program is like. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.